This tournament, it's nice to have the round robin, but these guys came to play, and they wanted to prove a point, and I think they proved it. They came out hard, and even when we started to pull away a little bit in that second half, they just they stuck with their game plan. They zipped the ball around on offense, and they played us tough on defense. I thought that was a strong team, and if they can keep those legs for the whole week, I wouldn't be surprised to see them later on.
You talk about the legs. You mentioned the legs, and Josh, you're starting to get into this more with the more professional lacrosse that you're playing, the summer, MLL, this. I mean, how do you play in these tournaments, like back-to-back games? Like, what is it that keeps you guys fresh, and especially coming out to Netanya, Israel? I mean, that's a long way. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not an easy trip, but it really comes down to just taking care of your body at the end of the day, right? So you got to be making sure you're getting the ice baths, eating right, eating healthy, lots of rest at night is a big thing, and definitely staying hydrated out here. It's not cold out here, so
yeah, it's super hot. I've been sweating all day. Can't wait to get a shower. And speaking of hotels, you guys get close in the hotels, huh? I mean, Canadians, you guys, I've heard about the beds and you push them together. What's the story in the dorms right now, or the hotel?
Yeah, we got to the hotel, and we got 2 single beds, and I think there's about an inch between them. So basically, whenever you're sleeping, you pretty much hold the other guy's hand. So we're definitely getting to know each other real well.
Team bonding's at an all-time high.
Team bonding, and some young guys, right? New guys that are addition to this squad, and you played in the 14 games. So you're coming back. What's it like to have these young guys and some new faces on the squad right now?
It's nice, and it just goes to show the level of lacrosse in Canada. We got guys who are still in college, guys who are fresh out, being able to come up here and to play at a world-class level. And we are, they're not just here to be here; they're here to provide, and they're here to play ball. So there's no room on these small rosters for people to be passengers, and we expect everything out of these young guys and old guys alike. So I love our roster. We got a nice blend of old vets and some fresh blood. So I'm excited to see how that goes throughout the week.
Speaking of vets, Jeff Snyder. I mean, one of my favorite lacrosse players, one of my favorite human beings. It's nice to have him back, right? I mean, he's a beast.
He is what,
fresh off the keto diet too.
Yeah,
he looks good. He looks good.
He is what Canada. He is Canada lacrosse.
Yeah.
He is everything that embodies Canada lacrosse. He's tough. He's a competitor. He absolutely loves the game, and there's no one on our team or in our organization as passionate as Jeff Schneider.
Right.
And all you got to do to get out for a game is look at him, and he's always on. There's no off switch. It's always on. That thing is broken. The switch has been thrown out. He is always on. And like I said, he's the face of Canada lacrosse. He's everything that we want to be and more. So he's the ultimate leader, the best competitor, best teammate.
And you guys all represent Canada and your history, and your brothers also well. And you guys wear it on your sleeves. You guys have the jerseys hung up behind you. You always have that that reminder, right? And obviously, Coach Hunt's one guy that you guys are probably playing for. He drafted me into the MLL. I'm wearing my Hamilton shirt. I put my Hamilton shirt in my lacrosse bag for every single MLL game this year. Talk about how you guys are playing for him, and it's such an honor to kind of be out here and representing your country.
Yeah, Coach Hunt, he was such an ambassador of the game, right? And everything he did, he lived and breathed lacrosse. Like, he lived and breathed Canada lacrosse. That's all that he cared about. That's all that he ever wanted. And so for us to kind of come out here, and sometimes, you might be a little achy, you might be a little sore, you see those jerseys hanging back there, and you're like, okay, you know what? I can do this. I got this. There's a bigger power above this, so I don't feel
Yeah, just to touch on that, obviously the other 2 jerseys with Chris Sanderson and Kyle Miller, both goaltenders, and both from my hometown of Orangeville. So really, that one really hits home to me. And those are 2 guys who, Chris Sanderson used to run camps in Orangeville. That's literally how I got into the game of lacrosse, was through Chris Sanderson and Kyle Miller. And to be able to be that, to be that next goalie in Canada from Orangeville with those 2 guys, the jerseys hanging up behind us, it means the world. And it truly is an honor. And then lastly, you know, we had Chris Anderson's jean jacket for player of the game last time around, and you know, we brought it back again this year. So you know, it's a tradition that, you know, will probably carry on for many tournaments to come, and you know, it's just one way that we can, you know, keep those guys in our thoughts throughout this whole process.
One of my favorite lines from Coach Hunt's that he shared with me a couple years ago was, if its and buts were berries and nuts, we'd all have a Merry Christmas.
If I had a nickel for every time I heard that, like, holy
amazing.
man,
It's amazing.
the best.
Yeah. Hey, thanks, guys. Appreciate
Absolutely.
it. Yeah.
Thanks, Bob.
Yeah.